Black community was right. And they've always been right. And if we could push aside, we, the Latino community, we could push aside our racism, our colorism, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here because they have been warning us about what's going on, and your empathy was not there for the Black community. It wasn't. So now that it's happening to us, now you get it. Now you see where they're coming from. Now you see the similarities. And I really hope that there comes a time where my people truly wake up, because the Black community is fucking strong. They're smart. They have learned their history, and they tried to tell us. They tried to teach us. Black women have tried to tell us. 92%ers tried to fucking tell us. Granted, I listened. My ears were open, but a lot of my Latino community was like, okay. And I truly hope that, yes, it sucks that we are here and that things are so ugly, but I hope that we are learning and we're growing, and it's okay to be wrong and to admit it and to try to do better next time. Next time we vote, next time something happens to somebody who is part of the Black community, because now we know what the fuck it feels like.
Guys, we're back again, and this time my FYP is filled with Latinos admitting that Black people were right. You see, when we talk about Black Americans are very smart. They know their history so well, and they know what palm-colored people do, because whatever they are doing now, they've done it from day one. Okay, so Black people have been through it in the hands of these palm-colored people, and they've learned a thing or two about them. And they have tried to warn Latinos that don't see yourselves as white people. There is no proximity to whiteness in the way you look. Even if you think you're white, they can't accept you. Palm-colored people cannot accept you. No matter how you try to be close to them, it can never happen. But that has been pushed back. They don't just listen. They have just been moving on, trying to hurt Black people, continuing to just hurt them. And now they are facing consequences. And I'm glad that some of these Latinos are now popping up on the internet, asking for forgiveness from Black folks. They are saying, we are sorry, you were right. But anyways, before I go on with this, let's get into the video. Before we get there, quick disclaimer: this video does not support any bullying or harassment. It's there to educate and, of course, to let you know what is trending on social media.
Black people, they saw our magic early. Not myth, mastery. Our ability to create life, culture, systems, beauty out of nothing. That's why they tried to own us. And when ownership ended, they refused reparations, not out of ignorance, but out of fear, because they knew that on equal ground, we wouldn't just succeed, we would surpass, outbuild, outthink, and outlast. So fear became policy. You see, Jim Crow wasn't custom. It was law. A legal command to stay in our place because our potential was far too dangerous to be free. We adjusted anyway. We built Greenwood in Tulsa, Black Wall Street. They burned it. We built Rosewood, Florida. They erased it. We built Wilmington, North Carolina, until a white mob staged a coup in 1898 and overthrew a multiracial government. We built Haiti in Durham, Black Bottom in Detroit, Seneca Village in New York, until Central Park replaced Black prosperity with manicured grass and silence. We built Oscarville, and they drowned it under Lake Lanier. Look it up. And they pretended it was progress. Still, we survived. Desegregation cracked the doors open, but racism stood guard. And yet, we kept exhaling. In classrooms, they never expected us to finish. On fields, they tried to exploit, but couldn't own. in music that moved the world, in science, in medicine, in technology, in culture that defines what cool even means. Our excellence kept exposing the lie. Then the world watched as a Black man became president with brilliance, dignity, and grace, not ego, composure, not arrogance, command. And our magic stood on the global stage. Their privilege shook. Their certainty cracked. So they chose fear over facts, rage over reason, and elevated incompetence because it echoed their panic. But here's what they keep forgetting. We come from people who survived ships, whips, laws, lies, and erasure. We carry strength in our DNA, resilience in our bones, creation in our spirit. We don't panic when systems fail. We were never protected by them anyway. They're afraid of losing comfort. We've actually mastered survival. And that is why, no matter what they try next, we will be fine. We've always been fine. They fear our future because they couldn't erase our past.
This Mexican man right here is trying to blame Black America for all the DL that Mexican videos started being created. And as the individual that started this with Dominicans, man, I'm here to tell you that that is a lie. Because I created the first video talking about DL Dominican man. And then the Mexican Thanos made a video about DL Mexicans. And that video just shook the internet to its core because it was a secret that nobody knew, including Latinos, right? And in the comment section of all the videos, I got over 1 million views on my videos on TikTok alone. On Instagram, I got over 500,000 views, right? And in the comment section, all I kept seeing was Black Americans saying, why is this on my feed? How did I end up here? You know? And obviously, DL drama, apparently, people, it's interesting, right? So once they were there, they stood around for the tea. And all they said, yo, have you heard about this? That's all they said, man. This came from our community. This is DL Mexicans' fault for being under DL for so long, and it's just being exposed. So don't try to make a scene that Black people are doing this and they're not running a narrative. This is facts, and this is why it shook the internet to its core, because nobody knew about the DL Mexicans. Apparently everybody knew about DL Dominicans except me, right? So no, you ain't gonna blame Black people for this, bro. Yeah, blame DL Mexicans. You probably one of them, man, because why are you trying to put this on? Why are you trying to put the heat on Black people for? You on the deal? Why are you so triggered? I ain't triggered by the DL Dominicans, right? I was just a little upset the fact that they're all bottoms, because I'm like, yo, if you're gonna gay the right way and be a man about it, bro. But they all bending over for these Black American dudes in Washington Heights.
Right now, there's some Latinos that want to distance themselves from like the racist Latinos without acknowledging that racism exists in the Latino community. Because I remember growing up and being labeled a word because I had a Black friend. Now, this is me growing up in South Central Los Angeles, being Mexican American, and other Latinos, Mexican Americans would call me a specific word because I had a Black friend. And people were labeling me this word from elementary to middle school. Experiences like that are a reflection on how normalized anti-Blackness can be in the Latino community and how it becomes so normalized during our development. Go ahead and let me know what you think.
What's up, America? I'm back with a wonderful message. Have you noticed lately that in this first 100 days of Trump's presidency, that no Black people have been blamed for anything? I mean, it's totally amazing. At one point in life, I mean, we were the problem for everything. Lies, murder, torture. I mean, robbing people's neighborhoods, just scaring everybody. And I'm like, look at God. You know what I'm saying? Look at what God has done. Okay. He has put these people in positions to be seen to the very people who worship them. And look at what's happening right now. When you put people like this in charge, when you put hate in charge, when you put people who don't care about anybody but themselves in charge, because sometimes when people are the opposite color, they can't see it until it's right in front of their face and it's attacking them. And I am so grateful and hurt at the same time that they are experiencing what they're experiencing, because for once in their life, they don't have to blame us. Okay, they can lie and try to push the rhetoric that, oh, it's the left, or it's Black people and it's diversity, it's LGBTQ, but that's to deal with the frustration that, hey, they made a mistake. I actually fucked up this time. It wasn't any of these things that this man was talking about, but it was him all along. And now I'm so wrapped up into it, I can't even admit that I'm wrong. This is where they're at right now. MAGA is flipping silently. You know, one thing I noticed about MAGA is they don't really talk about they're wrong. They don't really admit it. When you're in the cult, you don't really want to. You know, you're afraid that, you know, something's going to happen to you. There's going to be some sort of retaliation, or people are going to start looking at you funny or sideways. So you don't want to, especially when you're following someone like Trump, who always tells you that you need to be strong, and he psychologically manipulated you and made you think this thing and that thing. It has you all confused in your head. They don't want to admit it, that they made a mistake when they know damn well they did. But the main thing I'm happy about is that they now see that black people all along just wanted what was best for everybody. We ain't want shit for ourselves. We didn't try to hoard shit for ourselves. We ain't try to take up all the wealth and take people's jobs away, take people's welfare away, throw people's kids, you know, attack transgenders and LGBTQ. That was not us. Our face is not attached to any of this stuff. Our face is not attached to defying the Constitution. Our face is not attached to defying the law. Our face is not attached to any of that. It's theirs. And God sees it. We, right here, we still fighting for justice with the power that they gave us. Okay? We looking out for one another right now. You know what I'm saying? But with the power that America has given black people, which is nothing, we're doing our best that we can. Now you understand why it's important not to disenfranchise people. Because yes, black people could have joined you in this fight if our rights were aligned with yours. But no, y'all wanted to strip us of that. Y'all wanted to strip us of our voice. You want to strip us of our power. And we are the only force that you guys have when it comes to upholding justice and discrimination against people. Because we're the only people who have faced it for 400 years. So we know how to deal with it. But because y'all want to constantly attack us and make us the enemy and listen to these prejudiced, racist, ignorant, homophobic, white colonizers, this is where you have yourself now. Crashing stock market, prices through the roof, can't feed your family, homelessness through the air, attacking democratic states, causing chaos, allowing our weather service to be attacked, allowing our federal dollars to be filtered through, you know, different illegal means. Just completely wrecking shop in our government. And it ain't us. So y'all can never blame this. The insurrection wasn't us. And this right here wasn't us. There was a bunch of black faces with Joe Biden, a whole bunch of them. But nobody's experiencing the shit that they're experiencing right now. You can't blame it on Joe Biden. Everybody's talking about Joe Biden. He's a white man. They talking about Joe Biden. But he had a whole bunch of black women that was in his cabinet. And neither one of them are mentioned besides Kamala Harris. That's the only one that they're mentioning because she was the front runner who was trying to run for president. So they just going to try to discredit her as promiscuous black woman, like they do every black woman that's in America. They just want to sexualize them and call them, you know, ignorant and that they didn't get their positions but through sex. That's just what they do here because they're ignorant and they're retarded and stupid. So, yeah. But aren't y'all happy that the face that is doing this destruction is not us? Aren't you happy that in the history books, they won't see black people raging out doing what they're doing right now to their own country? Well, I can't say their own country, but to this country. I'm happy. I'm happy that black people are on the right side of history right now. That's what I'm happy about.
So it looks like Latinas are learning a thing or two about what black people have always taught them, because they used to brush whatever black people want them against. They brushed it aside and they never listened to black people at all. But it looks like they are finally learning a thing or two. You see, when we talk about learning is not something that in order for someone to learn us something, they don't have to go through a certain experience themselves. They don't have to go through something in order to learn, but they are those people that will learn from others. Yeah. if something happens, if at all something happens to my neighbor because of their actions, I should learn something from that. And there are those people that will learn because they experienced it. And so I'm so happy that I'm seeing a lot of Latinas coming online and actually admitting that Black people were right about everything. Let's take the example of voting. 98% were preaching about voting. Can you guys vote wisely? Can you guys open your eyes? Shine your eyes. See what is in front of you. They never listened. They never listened to Black folks. Yeah? And so after that, they just went on and they voted, and not knowing that they were voting their they voted against their own rights. So after that, it was when they found it the hard way. They started getting deported without mercy. These Latinos started getting deported. They were crying. Initially, they were composing songs. Oh, we are voting. We are voting for Trump and stuff like that. They were writing and composing songs, and Black people were like, guys, can you shine your eyes? Can you look? Can you see what is in front of you? They brushed it off. They brushed it off. So after deportation now, they started coming online. They were crying. Why? Because now the chickens had come home to roost and they were being deported. They were being locked up. They were being reported. Oh, Hispanics this, Hispanics that, Latinos this. And now they started coming back online and saying that, oh, they finally realized that Black people were right. They should have listened to them, but then it was too late. It was too late for them to just regret, you know. You know, it's one of those things when you know, they say there's a reaction. There's a reaction to every action, and once your actions are bad, obviously you're gonna get bad reactions in the end. Now you are facing bad reactions. It's so unfortunate you not go and change the actions. You have to face it. You have to face those reactions. And they are a case in point. Latinos are a case in point. So that is what happened. And I strongly feel that the fact that they are coming out in the open about how right the Black community have been all along, I think we are headed in the right direction. And let me make it clear that it's a good thing when we see this, because they are finally learning. They're finally learning. And this is what is happening. This is what is happening on the ground. And I'm glad. And one thing, and you know, when these Latinos were composing songs, they were busy writing songs, and they were dismissing what Black people were telling them, Black people kept quiet about it. Why? They knew such a time like this was coming, and that time has come. Well, I just feel that it's bad for you not to listen to people who've been through a certain situation, and you have to face the same situation that they did face, and now you're crying about it like they cannot even help it. So yeah, this is what is happening, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, share your thoughts in the comment section below. You guys, thank you so much for your support. Please remember to subscribe, like, hype this video up. You can drop me a super thanks, super chat, and I'll catch you in the next one.